It's Valentine's Day. Woohoo! I know. I'm excited because it means presents for me and cupcakes and cookies. I mean, sometimes. So it's obviously Valentine's Day, as you can see by my cute aesthetic. No, that's why there's no apron. I didn't want to cover. Okay. So we're gonna make red velvet cupcakes today. We're not gonna make the frosting. We're gonna make the cupcakes, and we bought frosting because the grocery store had this like cute little red, pink, and white frosting kit. And let's be real, cupcakes are a lot of work. And by the time we're done with them, I'm not gonna wanna make frosting. So we're going to make red velvet cupcakes, but from scratch. And I'm gonna try my best not to dye everything in red. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll see. The ingredients and the prep will be listed below. And
except for the icing.
Except for just the cupcake part. The cake part will be listed below, not the icing. I mean, I can buy icing at market. Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay, then the icing prep will also be below. You just buy it from the market. We are going to start with the dries with this one, and I may or may not have overestimated the capacity of these bowls. So we're gonna find out right now. This recipe calls for cake flour, specifically cake flour. Do not buy regular flour, cake flour. It is 2.5 cups of cake flour in this bowl. You okay back there? I can hear it.
Sorry.
Too many cookies?
Too many cookies.
So 2.5 cups of cake flour, 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. I'm gonna read this to make sure I don't mess it up. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of cocoa powder, and a teaspoon of salt. We are going to mix all of that in one bowl and then give it a little whisk. And the cocoa powder is already everywhere from me prepping. So try not to spill it any further because it's very like sticky.
Weird.
I'm just thinking like flour you can dust up. Cocoa powder like sticks for some reason to whatever you're making. And there may or may not be cocoa powder footprints all over the floor right now because I have no shoes on. Okay, I'm scared to even touch it.
Nice.
I'm serious. These are just, you gotta be careful and not usually careful. So you're gonna whisk it all together. Should be, this bowl is too small. It's my bad. Use a bigger bowl. Just gonna be bad. See, I very much overestimated the capacity of this bowl.
Well, a normal person might get a bigger bowl and just dump that all in there.
Listen, I don't want to make more dishes. And this is the only glass bowl. I want everybody to see what it looks like. That's why I picked the glass. This is the biggest glass bowl we own. So, okay. It looks sifted together to me. So we're going to put that aside. We're going to start with the blender, which stresses me out. I'm sorry. We're going to start with the mixer, which stresses me out because of the red food coloring, but we'll get there. In here, it's going to be eggs, 2 eggs, 2 large eggs, which I have, 2 large eggs. It is 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. And I want to make sure the food coloring, food coloring. So the grocery store typically doesn't have like the big red one. You have to go to a baking store, or I ordered it off of Amazon and they had just red because it takes an entire 1 ounce container of red. That's a lot. Like if you buy the multi food colorings, it won't have enough red food coloring for as many cupcakes as we're making. So this says 2 tablespoons of red food coloring or 1 ounce, which is that's what this is. Vanilla, my favorite. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of white distilled vinegar. We're gonna dump it all in there. So everything is gonna go in there. Buttermilk, that is what I missed. Buttermilk. You cannot substitute that with anything else because buttermilk has an acidity to it. So it is 1 cup of buttermilk. So we're just gonna dump everything in the mixer. Here's our oil. This is the buttermilk, distilled white vinegar, vanilla, 2 eggs, 2 large eggs, and then the whole entire thing of vanilla, or of red food coloring, which it's bad. I gotta be careful. Otherwise it's gonna look like a bloody mess in here. literally. Okay, for this mess of stirring, I'm gonna use the whisk attachment because I feel like if I use the paddle, it's just gonna throw it straight in my face. Which it might anyway, we're gonna see. I'm actually really nervous. So you want to whisk it all together until it's completely combined. Start on slow. And it's gonna be red, like a red mess for sure. It literally looks like a bowl of blood. Mmm, delicious. But it smells really good and it doesn't even have the cocoa powder in there yet. All right. Okay, it's combined. So now we're gonna take everything that was put in our dry bowl and we are going to slowly, I'm reminding myself, slowly put it in here. Otherwise, this is just gonna be a hot mess. And I'm gonna start blending it in. Slowly, gently. Once all of it is in here, you're gonna wanna mix it together 2 minutes on medium, but work up to medium. My bad.
You're never careful in the kitchen. Why are you trying to be on camera?
I don't want to be covered in red dye. It's not that I'm not scared to make a mess, as you can see from the floor. Okay, the last bit of it is going in. This looks like a Halloween recipe. Halloween, Valentine's Day, same.
They're both nightmarish holidays.
I love Halloween.
Dripping blood.
I know. It's gonna taste good though. It's gonna taste good. Okay, so we're gonna let that mix up. We want the batter to be smooth. So about 2 minutes, like I said, on medium, but I worked up to that so I didn't splatter it like a crime scene. Yeah. I might shove down some of this little powder stuff in here. Just be careful. They are definitely red. We'll give it another minute and then we're going to divide it evenly above in my muffin cups. I'm gonna get the pan for that. So this is a ginormous muffin dish. It holds 24 cupcakes or 24 muffins at once. And before you're like, it's so dirty. Yeah, it is. Like straight up, it's dirty. If you have somebody cooking for you and their stuff is clean and brand new, it's because they don't cook. This is what it looks like when you use shit. It gets dirty. So what I did is I took 24 little muffin cups. They're Valentine's Day ones. I know you're shaking your head over there, but they're cute. I did put a little bit of canola oil in the bottom of them. You don't want to coat the entire muffin cup because you want your muffins to rise in the oven. They need to climb up the side of your muffin cup. That's a real thing. It's not, oh my gosh. It's so, I feel like I'm gonna spill it. It's gonna be bad. So this is what it looks like. Can I see it like there or no? This is gonna be a pretty runny batter. It's dripping. It literally looks like blood. Looks like, see? I'm dripping it. This is what happens. Okay, stay there. Just put that in the sink for later.
Can't wait to wash that later.
Listen, Linda. Okay. So you want to fill the muffin cups or the cupcake cup about 3/4 of the way. You fill it too much, you're going to have a ginormous overflowy cupcake. You don't fill enough, you're going to have a flat cupcake. This should make 24 cupcakes, depending on how I fill them. Let's see if I can make them even. I know you're rolling your eyes at me, but like sometimes I get a little excited and put too much in there. I'm also using my cookie scoop again, or ice cream scoop, or a scoop, because it makes it a little more even. So let's see how this goes, because it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be messy. Okay. Try not to get it on the pan because then it will burn. So you wanna, at least if you're gonna make a mess in your bowl, which is what I'm doing. See, look at the middle one. Oh, I dripped. Damn it. Ah!
Just go.
And I drop, look at, this is what happens. This is what happens.
This is why we can't have nice things?
Maybe.
You need a pause so you can wash that off?
Yeah, we're just gonna
Go with it.
We're just gonna roll with this.
Just make more of a mess. Keep it coming.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to wipe off this pan when I'm done, because if you get the, if you spill it, it like makes little tiny angry burn marks, which is why this pan is kind of dirty already, because there's a lot of spillage when you fill up muffin cups. So, and let's be real, I'm not ever trying to be careful. Oh, I spilled it on the cookie.
Is it on the cutting board?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it have little red dots on my very cool cutting board?
I mean, it gives it character. It looks like somebody lost a finger on it. We're gonna keep filling these up, and we'll be right back. We're back. I have filled all the cups 3/4 of the way full. I cleaned up the crime scene that I had created by filling said cups, and we are gonna get ready to put them in the oven in a minute. They cook at 350 for 16 to 18 minutes. The nice thing is this pan cooks them all at once. So you're not going back and forth. You're not trying to make cupcakes over and over again. We'll put a link below for a pan this big if you're looking for something. I actually keep it in the oven when I'm not using it, because I know that was another concern when I got it, is like, where the hell am I going to put this ginormous pan that does not fit in a cabinet? So if you have tiny cabinets like we do here in SoCal, at least where we live, you can leave it in the oven, and that's what I do. So we're gonna put these in the oven 16 to 18 minutes. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more craziness in this kitchen, like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and we'll be right back with some done cupcakes, hopefully. Oh my God. It does weigh a bit more with the ginormous pan, but it fits perfectly in the oven, look. Perfect. Okay, it's been 16 minutes. They look delicious, but I'm gonna test them to make sure that they're done. Actually, they are done. So when your cake tester comes out clean, it's done. We're gonna take them out. Okay. I know. Here we go. All under control. I know. They're out. They look delicious. We're gonna let them cool for a bit, because you can't frost. Well, you can frost hot cupcakes, but it will just run right off. So we're gonna let them cool long enough to where I can frost them without it running right off. I'll probably pull them out of this container in about 1 minute. All right, maybe I'm gonna leave them for a little bit longer in a minute so I don't singe off my fingertips. Then we'll let them rest on the cutting board and we'll frost them. We're done, yay. It's like toddler time in here. Okay, that's how you know I have kids, I can't lie, where I'm like, good job. Okay, so this is what they look like. They're very pretty. This camera.
Whatever camera you want.
They smell good. I know not a lot of people like red velvet because they're not like very chocolatey, but they're just enough chocolatey. So we are now going to take our homemade icing. Don't shake your head at me. They had it all like pre-colored pretty and everything. And I thought about putting it in a piping bag, but that's just gonna make more dishes for someone else. So I'm just going to make each cupcake. Don't have a fit over there.
I'm not.
Stop it.
Just do you. That's an angry look for a happy holiday.
You hate this holiday. Stop.
I mean.
Anywho, this is buttercream, which is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's so good. Listen, if I'm gonna have a diabetic stroke because of a cupcake, you may as well just pile it on. We're gonna just old school Frosties. We're not using a piping bag. You don't have to buy anything extra. I cooled them off just enough to where I hope I'm not gonna make it fall apart. And I'm frosting it with the white one because if I'm gonna take a bite of it, I don't wanna turn my face pink or red. So, see, easy peasy. Like our moms used to do when we were young.
What about sprinkles?
Oh yeah, I'll put sprinkles.
Perfect.
I have to be like, there you go.
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles. All right, so this is gonna make a mess, but we're gonna eat it. I'm gonna peel this cupcake paper off. Okay. All That was the worst cupcake paper taking off ever, so no judging. Ready?
Let me get a close up.
Don't get closer. I feel like I need to take the bottom off and make it a cupcake sandwich. We're gonna do that because it'll make it, I don't want frosting up my nose. So that's better. That's for another channel, sir.
Hey.
All right. Cupcake sandwich. It's good. I feel like I probably need to eat some real food today.
I feel like you've...
That was really good.
Good job.
Well, thank you. I love cupcakes.
Are you going to make one for me?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
You just said you hate Valentine's Day.
But I love cupcakes.
And you don't like buttercream.
Yeah. But I'll eat it.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's good.
are you surprised?
It's actually really good.
Wow. Thanks, Josh. So, super easy. You guys saw me make it all. You just have to have a few ingredients that you probably typically don't just have in your pantry, like cake flour and then the red food coloring, which I did do a pretty good job. I don't have it everywhere. You can do these too, super easy. You can make frosting, I suppose, if you want to like go above and beyond. But
You should make a video on how to make frosting.
I probably will make a frosting video, although it's pretty simple to make it. I love buttercream. My husband back here, who hates Valentine's Day, likes a whipped cream frosting, which is also very delicious, but I still like the heavy buttercream. So maybe we'll do a video with both. And when I make the frosting video, we'll link it here somewhere.
Perfect.
This way. I don't know. This is clearly not professional. Like I'm
This is baking for real life.
baking for real life. It's true. So if you like everything we did here, make sure you come back and we will see you next Tuesday. Thanks.